Oh, yeah.
Yep.
The sparks are a clear indication that either a tire down or a suspension failure or something. The car traveled and he just no longer was in control.
Not that any hit is good.
5 full-time drivers in the Cup Series haven't won, and we see the 24, William Byron, has slid. Right rear is down. Looks like the right front might be down as well. Parker.
Well, guys, we saw that. Looks like a very similar situation that William Byron had, but watch him try to work and save this race car. Locks it down, gets off the brake right here. Lets the car roll. And you'd think that Kurt could go as...
Hang on to it, Kurt. Hard into the wall.
Wow. That was a hard hit for that right rear quarter panel, and you see the damage. That was coming to the green.
Looking at the 24.
Just a little bit of a wiggle on entrance. Trevor, you talk about you want to be back in the throttle really before the apex of the corner. You saw Jack just get a little side.
And down there underneath the 44 of Chris Wright. And boy, fortunate there that Tyler Hill in that 5 truck was able to avoid Thompson.
Looked like Dean had to chase it up the hill a little bit, and he finally had to turn the steering wheel to avoid running into his teammate.
Todd had made some good progress before this happened.
Looked like Haley Deegan maybe squeezed Todd a little bit. Haley was in that 1 truck. It just got tight down there. They were 3 wide, and
you're going through that corner 2 and 3 wide. There is not much room for error. We've seen some guys get away with it already in these early laps, but not that time. And here's why we are under caution. There you see the 12 of Spencer Boyd going around and bringing out the caution. Record Rack, the sponsor on that 12 truck, of Spencer Boyd, Bucks for the Brave. They provide an all expense paid hunting trip for recipients from 8 different military and first responders.
So the tall car's been looking for more speed. Oh, we've got a wreck on the back.
Big hit. The 36 into the wall. Alex LeBay. And the Canadian comes to a rest there with Raja Caruth involved in this.
Yeah, it looks like Roger's just in the left rear quarter panel. We heard him. We heard the radio. That's a huge hit right there. We heard the radio trying to clear myself behind him. That's a great view right here.
So I think you're going to see Alex LeBay on the outside. Just a mistake. Mistake by the young driver. Tries to get up in lane, times it incorrectly. Shuts the engine off. You hear it sounds like on impact the throttle probably hung wide open. It hit so hard, might have shifted the motor.
That's a huge hit. Rick, I appreciate how you believe there was he was checking on him, but I think he went back there to tap it.
It was on me, my mistake. Doesn't make it any better for the 36, but that is a huge wreck.
Yeah. You know, wide
fuel window. Now he's lost that clean air. Oh, big wreck. Huge contact.
48 is involved. That's Ricky Stenhouse Jr. Now up and over goes the 27. So Jeff Burton sliding on top.
I just want to get you.
Turn 4, okay, gets very, very loose. Just really spins out. Loses control, probably had very little side force, 2 wide, sideways. Now it's white smoke. No one can see. The 48 of Stenhouse. The 27 sees it. He goes as far left as he can. He has a choice. Am I either going to hit the end pit wall or stay on the racetrack? And he just launches off the 48 upside down. And then this long slide had to feel like forever. I'm not going to know what he's fine, but watch how close Jeb was to the end of this pit wall. He has a split decision, pit road or not. The yellow barrel's not a good option.
Yeah, he made the right decision not to try to turn left there at the last moment. Just a no-win situation for Jeb.
And the spotter coming on, asking him if he's okay, and also telling him no one's going to hit you. And that would be the other thing that a driver would fear, is he's in such a vulnerable position.
So now the spin, look at all the smoke. So you want to say, all right, here's where I want to go, but you're just trying to miss him. And then it happens that quick. I mean, that decision has to be made in milliseconds.
See a mile from here to the tunnel. Oh, as the 18 goes around.
Sammy Smith in the 18.
Big damage on the back of the 18. Yeah, there you go. I was talking spotters. I was thinking he was going to have to clear you at the right time.
If the racetrack gets into the side of Castle and then he's along for the ride. Big rear impact there, Steve.
It is. And you see just the difference between this and say that 45 next gen car, how much different they look. This 18, I've always heard, you know, those fold up.
Thanks. Oh, and around goes to two.
Yeah.
Austin Cindric. Can he keep it off the wall? Tags the inside wall. That's on the front stretch, and the caution comes out.
Looks like the
He said on the radio real quick, there's no way I can make it around the racetrack with this damage.
There you go. Another driver just losing it off of turn 4 all by himself. Round the car comes. Flat spot of the tires.
Oh, yeah, there was a failure.
Yeah.
Like right rear tire maybe looks down. That right rear tire, guys.
Or something broke. You saw smoke come out of that right rear.
Push there in 4
Oh, we got
and around.
11.
It looks like, yeah, the 11 of Denny Hamlin around through the tunnel turn.
It just went to the low side.
Spin around there if you can.
Made it 3 wide into the tunnel turn. I wonder.
It looks like the 7 got into to McDowell, and then behind him there was some contact.
You talk about still driving the car. There was a moment that thing looked like it was going left in traffic. He got it back right and then didn't get in the wall. So this is some good dirt track and little contact. But then right here, the wheels get turned left. Watch, that thing starts to go left, then it's back right.
You can see him on and off.
3 laps remain at Pocono. Up in the wall, looks like the 12 of Ryan Blaney.
Left rear tire's flat on that car.
Way up the racetrack
Still
was
all lined up
Ryan
here, no
Blaney.
gap.
Now has come to pit road.
Oh,
Hamlin,
yeah,
oh,
spin.
they spin. Coming to pit.
Burning, and he knows. Oh, Blaney! Oh!
A huge hit for Ryan Blaney.
Into the wall. Caution
Lock it
comes
out.
out.
Be all right.
Once again, a spin off of turn. Comes the 11.
They lean on each other a little bit. Chastain into the wall.
Hard into the wall. He goes around. He'll hit the inside wall as well.
Here he is. Look how high Hamlin is. Remember, he was a car on the bottom, and he just ran Chastain up the racetrack, and then trouble ensued behind him.
Christopher Bell hits the wall as well. We see that in the top corner of the screen, the 20 car.